to our next guest. He is one of the most famous names in racing. He's part of a NASCAR dynasty that stretches over 40 years. Now he has a new book, Racing to the Finish, My Story. Get excited, Junior Nation. Dale Earnhardt Jr. is here. Good to see you, man.
Hey, how are you?
I'm good. Have a seat.
Wow. Great audience.
Yeah. Well, it's a great audience when you have somebody they love. They get excited for it, man. So and we're so excited for you to be here. We're going to get straight. I want to get straight to your book because you retired from racing due to complications from more than 20 concussions, and you kept a diary, all the details of it. But you only put it in a diary. You didn't share how bad you were feeling with your family, with your wife, with your friends. So why do you want to talk about it now?
Yeah, so I got injured in 2012. That wasn't the first concussion, but that was the most serious one. And I went and got help. I went to University of Pittsburgh Medical Center, and they're connected to the Steelers and the Penguins. And Dr. Mickey Collins was the doctor that I saw. So he helps me and gets me well, gets me back on the racetrack. And I go back to the track, and I started, winning again. Won a Daytona 500 and won about 7 races in a couple years, and everything's great. I started crashing again, and just sudden symptoms were coming back after these crashes, and they were getting more and more pronounced with each crash. And I was trying to handle it myself instead of going, I thought that I'd learned what I needed to from Mickey the first trip, that I could handle the rest. And if I got in another crash, I knew how to, to manage it. And to help myself understand how I was progressing through the week, if I had a crash and had symptoms, I would write a diary, and how I felt after the wreck, how I felt that night, all the next day for several days. And so that helped me kind of understand the progress of the symptoms and if they were getting better or worse. And I started making a habit of this and ended up accumulating about 12 concussions in a very short period of time. And so I ended up, it got to a point to where I couldn't stand up. I couldn't turn my head without falling over, and my eyes were not working right, focusing and tracking an object, a bird flying across the sky or anything like that. I couldn't lock on things, and I was having real problems. And it got so bad, so I finally said, I can't drive. I got to stop. I can't operate a race car, much less drive to the grocery store. And I got that, that's when I had to kind of come clean and share my journal that I was keeping with my family and say, hey, I've been going through all this stuff. I've been documenting it. I need to go back to Mickey in Pittsburgh and get help for this. I'd gotten so far down the rabbit hole that it took us 6 months to get it fixed and get back. So I missed the whole half of this 2016 season.
And I read somewhere where you had talked about retirement, but no one believed that you would retire. So, but for you, when you finally did make that announcement, when you're on that stage and you're saying, I am done, how did you feel about that?
I was relieved because I knew that I didn't have what it took physically to keep going through that process. As a race car driver, you're going to be in accidents, some that aren't in your control and some that are. And I knew that I was putting myself in real danger by continuing that career long term. I had 1 more year left on my contract. So when I was sick in 2016, I'm really sick, and I'm telling Mickey I want to quit, and he's like, I think that's a good decision. Let's quit. If you want to do that, let's quit. He was more concerned with just helping me become normal again and get my life back. But I knew when I got well, I would forget about how I felt when I was sick and want to race again, right? And I did. So I got well, and I'm like, Mickey, I want to race. I want to go back to the racetrack and finish this final season on my terms. And he said, with everything you went through, I don't have a problem with that either. I don't think you need to shut it down. And so we went and raced in 2017 and had a great time doing it, and was able to close the book on my career my own way, and I was completely comfortable with that decision, still am today.
Well, you closed the book on racing, but you opened the book to fatherhood. Congratulations, Isla. 6 months old, man. So, what kind of dad are you?
Oh, I can't I don't know how to put it into words.
You change diapers?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, there you go.
I mean, obviously, she's on my mind every second of the day. I'll tell you this. So the best thing for me, it might be different for all dads. The best thing about fatherhood for me is being able to be the one that goes in there in the morning and wakes her up. Because when Isla wakes up in the morning, she wakes up and starts talking to herself and cooing and all those things. And so I hear her on the monitor in there just making her little noises, and she's in there moving her hands and doing things. And she'll sit there and do that for a long time. And I look at Amy and I'm like, can I go get her? Can I go? Amy's like, yes. Because whether it's me or Amy, when you look in that crib, she just smiles because she's like, I know you. Yeah, I'm so glad to see you, right? And so I want to do it. And Amy wants to do it too. So we have to sort of, trade off who gets to do it each day. And it's like the greatest thing. I go to bed every night with that anticipation of waking up to get her.
The greatest joy.
The greatest thing.
And we know Halloween is coming up, and we don't know what Isla's going to be for Halloween, but we just do have a suggestion here at GMA. we have a GMA Good Morning America onesie with your racing number on the back for Isla, man. And Dale, thank you so much, man. It's always good to see you.
Yes, sir.
Always good to see you. And Dale Jr.'s book, Racing to the Finish, it is available right now. And everyone here in our audience, you're going home with a copy. Yes.
Well, hey there, GMA fans. Robin Roberts here. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Lots of great stuff here. So go on, click the subscribe button right over here to get more of awesome videos and content from GMA every day, anytime. We thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the morning on GMA.